Hi everyone, Mckaiser Dragon here, and today we are here to talk about a little bit of drama and some overview stuff, my viewpoints on this stuff. And what's the drama about? Raid Shadow Legends. I wish I was bigger, but oh well. We have more raid drama. So what's going on? Honestly, first, I'm just going to give my feedback on what I think of pay to win in games. My reasons for not wanting to have money spent in gaming. And then after that, we'll go through the process of, it's more about raid, or it stems from raid, but this can be drawn for any game that makes you, well, not makes you, but wants you to keep spending money. So let's get this out of the way. Why do I play video games, and why I am disgusted that these games are thriving? Well, I play games to escape reality, right? I know I'm not going to have a lot of money to, do all these cool things. Video games is an escape from that. So I can do cool things in a video game, and then I can save money because what usually happens is these games last a long time, like they last you a few months, and if it's really good, a few years, and you'll be hooked to that game, and over time you'll save up money so you can buy another really good game, so you can keep saving money so you can get something you truly want. That'll also save you a lot of money in the long run, but give you what feels like thousands of dollars of entertainment, right? That's how I see it. And of course, yeah, is gaming expensive? Yes. But how, like, for $60 back then at least, a game to give you, to me it felt like thousands of dollars worth of entertainment, or hundreds of dollars worth of entertainment, and not have to actually spend that type of money in the real world, because once you spend it, it's gone, and you only have the experience from it. And you could talk about it with other people, but it doesn't really, sometimes it just doesn't last, or it wasn't good enough. And then you're like, I wish I kind of saved my money for something else. And then to also escape, oh, I can't buy a good car. Not even a fancy car, just a car. Or I can't do this, I can't do that. And like, just being able to buy a game and then play it for as long as possible and enjoy it. That's what I miss. That's what I miss from gaming. It's still there in a few games, but we get less and less over the years these days now. And of course, there were bad games, but you just return that, and hopefully your next game is good. You just whatever, right? Now, these games want as much money from you as you're willing to give. And it sucks. Like now, all that money people usually spend in the real world, They're bringing it to my fake world. And now we gotta spend money to enjoy the game. And then we gotta keep spending money to keep enjoying the game. Or you gotta wait. So this is why this is here. We're gonna walk through this, right? We're gonna walk through just the reality of these types of games. It's like free to play versus pay to win. So if these games, right? You know, a lot of them, they're free to play. Let's get one more up there. All right. So if let's just break it down on should you play a mobile game, right? Or not even mobile game, any game that wants you to continuously spend money, right? Well, you gotta ask yourself, are you willing to wait? Do you want to wait? Because that is the free-to-play route, right? And if your answer is yes, then yeah, you can play that game. But you have to be aware. I kind of don't like this color. Right? We're going to use green. So, right. We're going to do something like this. Thinking about it, I want to do. So these games, right? Oops. Sorry to hear, right? So most of these games are free to play, right? If you enjoy waiting, then yes, you should play them. Green light, right? If these games are, they are pay to win, right? Most of the time they're pay to win. And you're paying for progression. If you're okay with that, then yes, you can play it. But if you're not okay with that, then just don't play it. Right? It's kind of that simple. Like we got that. Then we could do it. Green check mark here, right? Green. And another variable to this is I can't spell, so I'm going to because there is another layer to this. Okay, never mind. Which is competition. I like that. Make it black. So now, not only do you need to wait, but are you okay with competition? And this brings like a big reason why people spend money in these games is to compete with other people, to progress faster, and to get ahead of other people. Because there's like arena and there's this, there's that. And so now you need to ask yourself, do you want to be below the curve of people spending money? Are you okay with that? I mean, if yes, yeah, you can play the mobile game, but there's a lot of variables to this. Now, I'm not going to write down because that is your personal problem. And for me, my problem is, this is a dynamic that I haven't truly been in, whereas my brain tells me I need to save as much money as possible. But in reality, I do have extra money. And my view of the world is video games. So spending money on video games seems like a positive to me. But these games that continuously want your money, well, money becomes a resource external from the game that can influence the game. And it feels good to spend money in these games, but after a while, you run out of money. And here we go again. So these games are pay to win, right? And there's always updates, always new characters to get. So here's another question to ask yourself. As free to play, we're going to put this in right now. Are you willing to ignore? Can you ignore the pay to win? Still have fun waiting for progression and not truly caring about competition? So you're still gonna have to do arena, world arena, whatever type of arenas they have, to get some more progression. And if you can, like, it's fine, like, how you want to spend your money, that's fine. But the problem is these games will always want new ways. Where is it? New ways to spend money. They will always do this. Can you survive and withstand this pressure? You're always going to get pop-ups to spend money. There's always going to be different and more complex deals. There might be a new currency out that obfuscates how much money you're spending on the game. And so with Raid, a little backstory for the recent events. They nerfed like this Hydra team that was using like a free-to-play unit, and this is the second time they did this, and the second time was much faster than the first time, but they don't touch any of the pay-to-win teams that can do crazy damage. They say they want balance, but if you pay for it, then it's okay. Another thing is like summoning. Summoning is just such RNG. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. That's another story. And then what else? Anything else happen in Raid? I don't know. It always feels like they want to give you very little, and then they want you to pay even more. That's what happens most of the time. And I'll tell you some of my mobile game adventures. Let's see, we have Summoner's War, free to play since the day I started, and never spent a dime. So I know the free to play route. It was fun through the early and mid game, and now trying to get into end game, it is very, very tedious, very repetitive. And then I have Langrisser, where I spend money, and it's kind of great, but it's like they want like almost $300 every month if you want cool skins for your character. And it's just skins, but like that's a lot of money to go through every single month. And then we have hold up. What do we have? And then we have Raid Shadow Legends, where I spent probably the most money on Raid Shadow Legends. There's some other mobile games I spent a decent amount of money in. But there's also, you know, like, there are games. Let me see, hold up. Good God, I take forever. Oh yeah. And there's also there's still this, right? Put in green. No, you got Path of Exile, free to play. You got, I throw up a little when I say this, Lost Ark, free to play. I don't know, I just can't with Lost Ark. It's so, the story's just, the combat, I mean the combat's somewhat okay, but like just how it feels to me is just so boring. Well, this is a free to play game. Baldur's Gate 3. What's that? Elden Ring. Dark Souls games. Well, I mean, yeah, non-pay to win, right? Non-pay to win. It's not free, but it's not pay to win. Vampire Survivors. There's plenty of other games. But the other thing to think about is like these games are you kind of build a community, and the community in a lot of these games that are like single player, it's kind of weird. And this also comes from like, I play a lot of MMOs, right? We're gonna put this in a different color because MMOs are like, there's free to play, and then there's like pay to win, and then there's free to play is basically pay to win. Subscription is supposed to not have pay to win, but over the time, well, guess what? They got pay to win now because sadly, people just want to spend their money, and it sucks that you can have some extra money, but what if someone else has, look up this Black Desert Online talk where this dude said he spends more money hanging out with his friends than playing Black Desert Online. and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just spend $5,000 a month on the game. That's cheaper than going out with that. Like that per month would cost him a day hanging out with his friends, which blows my mind. It's just that's extra money to him. $5,000. How are you a free-to-play player going to compete with pay to win? You can't. Like, your voice is about this big, right? Because when you have money, your voice is about that big. What are you gonna do? So, overall, I have given up on getting, like, I'll get mad, but I have given up on, like, truly being mad. Truly being like, why have you done this? Blah, blah, blah. Unless the whole community comes together and says, don't do this, or we're not going to give you money. But, like, that's the thing. These games are here for a profit. Sure, they want to give you a cool game, but overall, looming over their heads is, I need a profit. Which, to me, that disconnect is why these games are just, they can go either in a good direction or a bad direction. Raid goes in a bad direction a lot of the time. And are there worse games than Raid? Oh, definitely. I played some super pay-to-win games, and it's like, it doesn't seem that bad because there's like only like 3 or 4 players. But then guess what? There's servers, and then they merged their servers, and now so the only 3 to 4 pay-to-win, and you're still like in the top 10. Oh, now you drop down to the top 15. Oh, they merge servers again because servers are dying. And then, you got bunched up with the Kraken. Now you're only in the top 30. And then it just keeps going. And if you can't keep up, guess what? They're going to keep rolling out those updates that keep pushing up. You need to spend, at first it was $200 to be in the top rings. Then it was $700. Then it's $2,100. Then it's I don't know, $5,000, $10,000, $30,000, and it just keeps going up. But like, I'm just saying, like, to be in the top rings. If you want to be number one, you gotta keep dishing out more money than everyone else and be smarter than everyone else. So you want to use your money as effective as possible. And a lot of these games, it's a puzzle. It's a fun little puzzle, but like, you're trying to solve a puzzle with money. That's like, you have an 8,000 puzzle to solve, and you just keep paying people to help you solve it. I don't know. But like I was trying to say, overall, I am no longer baffled on how they keep Raid or any other mobile game can keep, making the game more and more pay to win. We could try, content creators. They only have so much pull compared to, if there's millions of players and they only get like 30,000 views. They can't influence the whole community. Because the whole community, like, a lot of people are just silent. I'm kind of silent. I only express myself through these YouTube videos. Sometimes I might go to a forum, but half the time I'm too lazy. I'm just like, I'd rather just play another game. I'd rather just do something else. And like, I just feel like I don't have much of a say if I'm not spending a decent amount of money. I don't like. I did spend a lot of money on Raid. Now I brought that back. Now I try to only spend $10 a month buying this the crystal pack. So those are my thoughts. Good luck trying to keep up with the pay to win in these always spending your money type of games. So everything else, like this, to me, this is like the main points. If you can't get around this and like everything else is like, oh, do you have enough money? Well, that's a personal problem. That's not the game's problem. That's a personal problem. Everything else is a personal problem. And this is, I could still cross things off on this list. But other than that, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon. Check out the YouTube videos. And we'll see you guys next time. And Dragon Abyss out.
どう考えても父の死は不思議なことだらけ。私は必ずその真相を突き止めなければならない。